All right, Bill Hardenreiter here, co-author of the upcoming book, Love, Forgive, Never Give Up. Here today with the 33 Days of Love Challenge Series, where I interview an author and an expert every single day for 33 days. They share a story of how love in its many forms impacted them, and we come away with a lesson that we can put more love into our life every single day. I'm here today with a good friend of mine, Brent Seal. Hey, Brent, how's it going?
Hey, Bill. Good, man. How are you?
Good, brother. This is fun. I've interviewed Brent before. We're doing a little bit of a shorter interview today. They're only 10 minutes long. But I'm going to start off by reading Brent's bio. And here we go. Brent Seal is the founder and CEO of Mavrixx, a social enterprise dedicated to helping mental health reach the tipping point where it's openly talked about in society. While studying in university, Brent was diagnosed with schizophrenia after a suicide attempt, which led him on a journey to get as fit and healthy as possible and get involved in promoting mental health. Since being diagnosed, Brent has graduated from his university as Valedictorian, congrats, run a number of ultramarathons, climbed North and South America's highest mountains, and shared his story in speeches across the country. Awesome, brother. What do you got for us today?
Oh, man. My story of love actually relates to the time in my life when I struggled the most. And it was that time in university when I was lost and overwhelmed, and that led to paranoia and this feeling of paranoia that was really debilitating. And I ended up attempting suicide because my reality was so bad and getting worse. And I really felt suicide was the only way out and reducing that pain.
Wow.
Fortunately, got into a hospital, got stabilized, and the medication worked. But what happened was I got in with this mental health team, and typically, obviously, my family, not obviously, but my family was a huge support and love and supporting me through that time. But the surprising part to me were these mental health workers that were part of this program that shared their love with me, and the caring that I didn't feel I deserved at the time. And it really took me by surprise how much these people cared. This social worker, Rishmi, a caseworker, Sherry, caseworker, Pam, a psychiatrist, Dr. Atwood, and this team of people just seemed to care about my success and my recovery, my wellness, more than they needed to. And again, it took me by surprise. And just the belief they pumped into me at that time of the possibilities for me along that journey of recovery over the next couple of years led to me really being able to recover fully and function again and get back to school and socializing and activities and work, but also led me to feel this duty to giving back to the mental health community. And that's sort of what's driven my journey in wanting to give back to this mental health community, because it's full of people just like Sherry and Rishmi and Pam and Dr. Atwood that care so much just because they care, and great people, and something I just always wanted to be a part of since then.
Yeah, man, that's a good takeaway. What I love about talking to so many different people, so many different backgrounds, is they all have their own interpretation of love, and it's every story's been a little bit different. And then this one, basically, you didn't even really necessarily say, hey, let me be open to being loved. Like, you just felt this wave of love and care, and that kind of surprised you, right?
Yeah, because I felt like a horrible person at the time, and I felt like every single thing I'd done in my life was catching up with me, and I was just this horrible person. I deserved to die, and I just was feeling these horrible feelings, and to have that caring was like, oh, okay. And then being diagnosed with schizophrenia was like, oh, maybe that's a reason for these beliefs and these thoughts I'm having. So it was something I could latch onto and study, and combine with having people around me that cared, really switched my mindset, flipped it upside down, and said, maybe I got to have some faith here. Maybe I got to feel and like absorb that love and accept it into my life, where maybe I've been pushing it away for the last little while. And so just absorbing that in and just being filled with that really fueled me to want to get better, want to work on my mental health and my wellness, and put in the work it takes to live well, as you know too, right? It takes work to be healthy, to be well, and to be fit. So it was like, okay, I got to earn this, and maybe I do deserve this because we all deserve this kind of love and caring, and that example that they provided was a big boost to that, in addition to the love I was getting from my family and friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like rocket fuel.
That's awesome. I like to say that love is like a lifeline. And my wife Danielle, she's like, is it like a lifeline or is it a lifeline?
Yeah. It's a fine line, right?
Yeah. In this case, love is a lifeline. It was a lifeline for me when I was sent away to mental institution for crime I didn't commit for several years, and parents sent me away. I knew they got the wrong kid they sent away, and I always even being in that situation, being as removed from them, I knew having the knowledge, the faith that they love me was kind of enough to help keep me out of some dark places mentally, spiritually that I was going. So love is not just like a lifeline. Love really is a lifeline. And I like how I love how you take the experience that that was given to you, and you said, you know what, I want to give this to other people. I want to be this way in my life because it kind of makes sense. So we're going to kind of transition into like the lesson portion. What's something, I mean, everybody can interpret what they can from this, but what's a good takeaway, or what's a good practice, or what's a good outlook that you could share?
I think it's to accept the love and accept the caring that people provide for you in big ways, because I think too often we have people around us that care for us and about us, but we don't recognize it. We shove it aside. We deflect it. We don't absorb it. And that experience for me sort of forced me to absorb it in a way, because I had no other choice. And it was such a powerful force at that time. But in everyday life, I think we can take it for granted sometimes, the love and the caring the people around us show for us and express for us. So I think being open to absorbing it, and that can manifest in so many different ways and expressions, and we have to, it's unique to each person how they express that, and maybe it's unique to all of us how we absorb it. But I think once we do absorb it, then that's step one, and then it's turning that over and passing that on to others, and just sort of like an overflowing cup, right? Once you're filled up, other people, right?
Awesome, brother, man. No, well, that was a great story. It's a great lesson. It's a great takeaway. And these are, we could catch up and go on for hours, literally. But we're keeping these interviews short, so we're coming to the closing point. So, Brent, I want to thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. And for all those who are watching, we're going to feature Brent as a featured expert author in our book, Love, Forgive, Never Give Up. This whole series basically is a tie-in to our crowdfunding book launch campaign. So if you go to Love, Forgive, Never Give Up, check out the book, see other experts in addition to Brent, who will be featuring in that series. Also look below this link for links for Mavrixx and Brent's site, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for your time. Thanks, Brent. Take care, brother.
Thanks, Bill.